What's up, it's Lace from Sound Dope. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make your drum sound punchier. We're going to use a compressor plugin, and I'll show you exactly how I usually tweak the settings to get the desired effect. I'm also going to have a bunch of different plugins that I'll run through and how we can make fine adjustments to get the sound we desire. All right, so here is a drum loop. This is kind of like a future bass type loop. I'll play it real quick so you can hear it. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and then there's that crash cymbal on top of everything, and it's kind of makes it just a little bit more difficult to kind of get that punchiness that we want. But I'm going to show you a way to still achieve that sound with a few different plugins. So the first thing I notice, it's sitting kind of high up. There's not much headroom. Maybe they applied some sort of compression, but it still doesn't punch to me. Not for what I want. I've got a sound here, and I want it to kind of really sit on top of the mix. Right, I want to give it a little bit more life. Dropped it about 7 dBs here, coming in. Right, doing a little gain staging to give us a little bit of headroom here. Then I have it going to bus 1 right here. And then just for the sake of this video, I've got some of this mastering on from Slate. It's real transparent though, so if anything, it's going to just kind of boost the volume a little bit, but the concept still applies. We're going to keep this real simple, and the purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to compress things. All right. So now I'm going to add some compression here, and I've got this Logic compressor set up, classic VCA. Put the threshold around the 2 to 1, and then, the ratio to 2 to 1, and then I drop the threshold down to get it to hit around this area right before -10. All right, so I've also added this gain boost right here because I boosted the signal back up so that way we can compare the audio signal, this original signal, to the compressed signal. So I'll go ahead and play the original first and then the compressed, and take a listen and really pay attention to the middle part where you hear that the pattern, that toot 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 toot, that part, it really brings it out. Okay, now without. It raises it up, that toot 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 toot, that part a little bit. And then what I've done on top of that, I've added a little transient master to kind of pull those transients out, those percussive sounds and the kick and the snare. You can really hear it punch now. It is clipping in the red zone, but it's fine. And when I say it's fine, for the sake of this tutorial, it's fine. And then sometimes what I like to do is add a little mix bus compression. original sound. Listen to the original sound and then the process sound. Here's the original. Processed. Total difference. It sounds like it has more life. It's punching. It's tighter. And it also sounds like I could pull back on the compression just a bit too. But just to kind of emphasize the point, you've got a lot of stuff going on, and then you got that crash on top of everything. So we had to kind of attack it, pull out the transients a bit. And these little techniques right here, you can apply this pretty much on anything, and you'll get some real desirable results. So just for fun, I'm going to apply a little bit of compression just on that melody, so that way we can hear the whole thing together. So now I'll play the beat. So I wanted to punch a little bit more. First thing, I'm going to take some of the bass out. That's removing some of the low end over here. See, I took that low cut out, and now you can see how much low end there is in there, even though it's kind of hard to hear. Clears it up a bit, and then leaves room down there for the punchiness of the drums. I've got that compressor moving pretty fast. You can see it, but I want it because the notes are kind of staccato, so I want it to pump like that. And then for a little bit more punchiness, I add some of the transient master. But first I'll play the drums with it, and then I'll add the transient on top so you can see exactly why I did that. So let's make it cut through a little bit more. That sounds pretty good. And then just to sweeten it up just a little bit more, I'll apply some mix bus compression. And it does get a few dBs louder. I can turn it down with this, but specifically you can hear the additional glue that it's adding to the whole mix, but it's also making it a little bit more punchier. And if you're having a hard time hearing it, just listen to the snare, the cracking part of the snare, and the punching part of the kick, and those little percussive sounds in between. You really need to listen to this part with headphones or some monitors kind of loud in order to hear it, because it's so subtle, but if you have good headphones on, you can really hear it. And that's it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe and press that little bell button to get notified the next time I drop a video. Thanks, y'all. Till next time.